So, I tell you one thing, folks. Here in this bungalow where I live in the south of England, I am absolutely sick to death of flies in the summer. Absolutely bloody sick to death of the buggers. I don't know what it is with my particular bungalow, but somehow the structure of it is like... So, whenever I open the windows, the flies just come in en masse, like a lot of them. Like, I'm talking, like, not tiny little gnats. I'm talking big, like, fat-bodied, blue bottle-style flies. No joke, like 20 at a time. So many flies. I think what's going on is that because the way in which my windows are positioned are in such a way that they're those, you know, the standard open up, how to describe it. Like, they open out like slopes. They form these downward-facing slopes in such a way that the flies seem to be flying beneath the window. Maybe because it's slightly shaded, and maybe all they do is simply fly up and they just find their way in. Whatever the reason, the structure is built in such a way that the flies can get in really easily, and then they can't get out easily, because what they tend to do is they tend to fly deeper into the bungalow, and they can't seem to navigate around. Yes, Lost Man, so I've got a fly swatter, a little fly swatter that I'm manually using. I've got anti-bug spray, but I'm really nervous about spraying it, because I don't want any of it to get into the ant farm that I've got. I've got fly paper, which is in the conservatory. Doesn't work, just they're not getting attracted to it. So out of frustration this morning, I decided to try and look up, getting some proper fly screens bought. But until I do that, as a temporary measure, I've gone into the garden, and I've taken this really thin mesh netting that I was flinging over my vegetables. You see, I was flinging the netting over my vegetables in order to get the get the caterpillars off my lettuces, off my cabbages. But the cabbages are all gone now because my crop just failed this summer. It was too hot; they just rotted. It was awful. So all of that's gone now. But nevertheless, I cleaned the netting. And I've used a pair of scissors to cut a section of it that's about 62 centimeters wide and about 105 centimeters long. And then I've used duct tape to basically put this netting, this netting mesh. You know how the Americans do with like the big screen doors that you see on like TV, like you see on the films. You see like they got a door and then they got another door which is like for the netting. You know, like True Blood or whatever. Basically, I've done something similar to that. But I've left the bottom open so I can sort of reach my hand in and open and close the window still. So we'll see. We'll see if it works. But I just need to do like I need to make some arrangement to just stop the fucking flies getting in. Ugh. They're disgusting creatures. They're everywhere. Yeah, you know what I mean, Duck. We don't have them in the UK. Like, it's always a weird thing where you see the Americans open their front door and then they've got like another door which is made out of netting. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah. Have I considered getting mosquito nets? That's what I'm referring to, Martin. As in, yeah, putting down some proper mesh. You don't have screens on your windows? Not generally in the UK, no. You don't normally need them that much, really. I mean, sure, we've got insects, but we don't have, like, well, yeah, I suppose we do have mosquitoes, but yeah, it's not really sort of built into our infrastructure. Get some spiders? No. I've had it with the spiders as well. The spiders had the field day of this bungalow before I moved in. Oh my god, when I moved in, it was like it was gross. I don't know how the prior lady tolerated it. There were so many spiders. They had like this disgusting netting, like of web netting over the conservatory. I guess she just ignored them? But they eat bugs and then they shit. The spiders shit. Like, it's that the little black sort of stains that they put everywhere. It must have been shitting all over her furniture. Anyway, right. Hang on. Loading save. So, today... Oh, shit. Hang on. 1 minute. Let me go here. Sorry, a couple of things before I get started then. The first thing is, apologies, I won't be around this evening at all. The reason for that is that the family and I are gathering for an eclipse party of sorts. So there's going to be a partial solar eclipse starting at around 6:10 this evening in the United Kingdom. We're not going to get a full eclipse, sadly, but we're going to get a partial eclipse, which is still going to be quite interesting to watch. It seems that Spain and Portugal, I believe, are the lucky ones. They're going to get and I think Greenland, or is it Iceland? they're going to get a lovely full total eclipse, so well done them. Regardless, we're going to get like a partial eclipse of about 80 to 95%, so it's still pretty good. So we're going to gather up in the evening, and I'm going to take the telescope. I've got a large solar filter that I purchased, and I'm going to... Hang on, I can show it off if you want to see it. Dog. What do you think? Look at her. She's stressed out, isn't she? Hang on. So this is a... Mind the reflection on it? This is a solar filter thing. Look. So this thing goes on front of the telescope, and it's got an aluminium backing on it. So it's got a glass front and an aluminium backing, and it blocks about 99.9% of the sun's rays, and it will let you look at the sun. And I've already used it. I've seen the sun. It looks pretty cool. Yeah. To see the big glowy orange orb of the sun. But yeah, I'm gonna stick that on the telescope, and I'm gonna take it up to the family gathering. So yeah, that's the plan this evening. So I won't be around this evening for any sort of stream. Later this week, I am planning a group activity game of something. So I'd like to play more culling later this week, but also another game. We're going to see if that gets off the ground, but you'll see. And I think the guys are also planning something this weekend as well. So yeah, we've got evening activities ahead, but yeah, not this evening. Do the naked eye PSA? Nah. No one's dumb enough to actually stare at the sun. Right, hang on. And of course we need the star of the show. Whoop. Whoop. Hang on. Yeah, there she is. Okay. Sorry, the other thing to announce is that I'm currently working on Valheim bullshittery. It's week 4 of work. For the past 3 weeks, I've cut the video together. It's 35 minutes long, and you can find the draft version with no text and animations up on Patreon or in the Discord group below if you're a Twitch subscriber. So that's Valheim bullshittery. There's no text and animations on that draft, so bear with me. But if you can't wait, feel free to have a look if you want. Thank you, Tigsy. Thank you, Chroma. Thank you, Westy. Right, okay. Oh my god. Let's see if we can survive this calamity. Okay, so what's happened? So you're looking at the Hand of Hooke, where you're looking at Hook's Hold, which is the name of our extremely poverty-stricken base. We are playing as a group of... So the Hand of Hooke, we are human-centric, proselytizing supremacists. We're a raider faction, which is something I've never done before. And it is not going well. It is going very, very poorly. We have suffered something like 4 or 5 casualties in rapid succession. And yeah, so generally we are really at the bottom of the survival tier. We haven't even gotten off the bottom of the research tree for reasons that I'll explain momentarily. So, hang on. Quick introductions. We have Sir Hooke. He is a 73-year-old former hollow novelist. So he's a novelist when he was in his adult life, when he was a young man. And he wrote, we're going to say for the sake of roleplay, a series of novels called the Hooke series with an E. We're going to say that they were a series of sort of broad-shouldered, muscular men and women pushing back against degenerate hippies and robots and degenerate hippie robots or whatever. And what happened is, over the course of his life, he got a bunch of, millions upon millions of readers, but he was joined in his flight by the sycophantic Blue-Nosed Bear, a 51-year-old space janitor, and Egleb, a medieval lordling, who were with him during the crash on this rim world, on the Galactic Rim. Since then, they've tried to start their own sort of weird manosphere-style supremacist faction using his fictional hollow novels as a blueprint. And that's what we're saying is for the sake of the role play is why we're doing what we're doing. Blue-Nosed Bear, the sycophantic janitor, is 51 years old, highly capable at construction, but unfortunately has lost his arm, I believe. Is that true? Yeah, lost his right arm in a combat incident, an incident against some boomalopes where it got infected, and we had no choice but to cut it off. Egleb is a particularly cantankerous medieval lordling, only 21 years old. He's a night owl, so he's a bit sort of distant from most other people in the colony. He does handle some fighting and some research, but yeah, really lots of manual labour stuff where he can't... Actually, is that true? No, incapable of dumb labour. Crafting where possible, but I must admit, we are extremely sort of incapable insofar as people. Wonderbart over here is 11 years old. He was a child who ran in being chased by a naked man who we later captured and called Pythonicus. He was a bandit who was trying to kill Wonderbart, presumably because he's part of a faction that worshipped vampires. We've since cured him of that silly notion, and he's now, safe and sound in our weird Hooke's Hold fortress. Faultier is a weird creature. She is not human. Not by our definition of human, at the very least. She's genetically engineered. She's a type of creature called a high-mate, which is a sort of genetically engineered, like courtesan? Concubine? She's genetically engineered to love and to be beautiful. We've enslaved her, kind of dark, and we forced her into a relationship with Sir Hooke, the author. So she's 62... and he's 73, so nevertheless it is still quite creepy. So she's been enslaved and is being forced to keep Sir Hooke happy. After that, we had a large number of casualties, but recently we captured Locked Count, who was a bandit, a defector bandit, and we were hoping to have them join us, but they were slain by the plague. We had an outbreak of plague recently. That plague also killed 2 other people. Who were their names? They were... Sorry, I need to check my thing. We lost, not Christina, not Pythonicus. It was Fellfire. So we lost a guy called Fellfire, who was a highly prized researcher and a reward for a mission that we sent Wonderbart on with an elephant and a whole bunch of supplies. So, yeah, with the death of Fellfire, pretty much immediately after he got here, we no longer have the ability to research as we did, which is a bit of a nightmare. In addition, Pythonicus was slain, so Locked Account died of the plague, fucking Fellfire died of the plague, Pythonicus, the other slave and the man who chased Wonderbart, he died of an infection a short while ago. We took his skull off and we decided to put it in his bedroom overlooking Faultier's bed, so, kind of grim. And then a few weeks ago, we had 3... So we sent off... Obviously, we're a raiding faction. We had 3 additional people. We had Bloodwell the bully, Comots the convict, and Dimtree the sheriff. 3 capable fighters who were with us for a spell. And they all died. A total wipe. They went up against, 3 pig men. And we thought we could handle them, but we couldn't. They just got killed, despite their combat abilities. They're all dead. They're all dead. So that takes our combat abilities down to very, very... I mean, we don't even have turrets. With the loss of Fellfire, we can't research our way to get to turrets. And with the loss of those 3 raiders, there goes our main sort of combat thrust. So we're in a huge pickle. It's only year 2. So yeah, we need to really, really do our best. We have captured this raider, Machine Toe. So he was a very recent capture. I think he crash landed with a gunshot. He's got the flu. Okay. We need to treat that as quickly as possible. Don't lose another one. He is a capable brawler, but he does have the delicate debuff, which is not good. So he can dish it out, but he can't take it, which isn't good for a brawler. Alright. Thank you, Concordi. Right. Quick health check. Does anyone have the flu? You've got the flu. Right, Sir Hooke has the flu. Okay. Blue Nose Bear is okay. Egleb is okay. Wonderbart has the flu. Okay, get people treated. We cannot afford more casualties. So Wonderbart. Yeah, once you're done with your floor drawing. Okay, what do we have in terms of meds? Do we even have meds? Yeah, okay, we got some meds. Okay. Wonderbart, could you get straight into bed? Okay. Yeah, things are bad. We also have a series of animals to assist us. We sort, as you can see, we've got a large number of animals in these pens which we've built because wood is kind of inexpensive. I've decided to name them after the properties of my various clanmates. So over here we have Digby and Messiesi, a couple of geese who are producing lots of eggs for us to eat. Panther meat rotted. Damn. Presumably while ranting about World War II. We did have Jinx the alpaca, but they got immediately eaten within about 3 hours of being tamed. Over here we have a massive elephant, so I decided to call it Social System. So Social System the elephant. Here we have a panda, and pandas obviously struggle having sex, so this is ZF Digi over here. And I also decided to name the Boomalope, so extremely angry and easily explodey animals after, unstable animals after Edberg and Tom. Seemed appropriate to me. And we also have a monkey that flings shit, so you can guess exactly what I called the monkey that flings shit. Hi, Cyanide. Right. So, yeah. Right. Okay, get people... Yeah. Okay, what's going on? So, Egleb is feeding the new guy. Right, is Egleb handling the prisoners? Let's have a look. Wardening. Okay, yeah, you're going to have to now. With the loss of Dimtree the sheriff. You're going to have to try and, yeah. So, who was the third man with the flu? Was it just 2 or 3? Plague Extreme. Yeah, that's locked account. Wonderbart. And, okay, Wonderbart and Sir Hook. Okay. The 2 of you... Right, so hang on a minute. Why do we have no power? Batteries are on half power. Wind is low. I've disabled the lights. Okay, I just switched them off. Alright. Oh, yes, we also had Quebec, the guinea pig, with the drugs problem. It, it took some go juice and died. Yes. Right. Right, so Hook, go to rest. Right. What's the time? So it's the evening of the 5th of spring on the 2nd year. Okay. Thank you, Keanu. Thank you very much, Keanu. Right, Egleb, what are you currently doing? You're currently making some phenocycline, which is the anti-malaria drug. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely going to need some of that. Thank you, Kiramel. How are people feeling? Colonist died. Yeah. Not good. Okay, good. We have some phenocycline. Is everyone on the phenocycline schedule? Anti-drug, anti-malaria. Yeah. So I'm forcing people to take the anti-malaria drugs to obviously fight malaria. Thank you, Kiramel. Thank you, Keanu. Thank you, Concordi and Feral Bite and Impotent Banana and Killer Guy and Tigsy. Thank you, everyone. Right, so 40 heads off to go cleaning. Who's that? One of the wild boar. Yeah, thankfully the animals don't, they can just eat the roughage, so that's going to save us from feeding them. Alright. Okay, just try to keep our people treated. Wait a minute, has Wonderbart been treated? He needs to get treated. Who's the doctor? Blue Nose Bear is the doctor. Okay, Blue Nose Bear, sorry to wake you up, but you do need to treat Wonderbart quickly. Alright. Is this Prison Architect, says Jack? No. It looks similar because I believe they asked if... hang on a minute. Don't use the amazing meds just yet. Go with herbal meds. Right, and then please go bring him some food. Yes, the game does look very similar to Prison Architect. It's my personal opinion that they made a bit of a mistake by utilizing the same sprite assets of Prison Architect, because this game is not Prison Architect. It isn't anything like it, and in my opinion, it's much better. They unfortunately tied themselves in such a way to, to Prison Architect. It's more about individual colonist stories than, like, fluid dynamics of maintaining large crowds as they go to and from with contraband and stuff. Nope, not the same developer. That's the trouble, Anxiety. Okay, so Egleb the medieval lordling is having a conversation with Machinto, trying to convince him to join. So we're trying to lower his resistance. We really do need people, urgently. Okay. Is that a fire next to the exploding animals? Yeah, don't think about it. Hopefully it should be okay. Right. Okay. What are you doing? Reading a book. Maid on the temple, reading a book. Eggleb's just reading. What's the time? It's the evening, so yeah. Blue knows you shouldn't be awake. So wait, why do we have a low power situation? Oh, I see. We had a watermill that must have been destroyed in the last raid. We're going to have to get that restored as quickly as we can. Trouble is, we are desperately low on steel. We are really struggling on steel. Where's our steel resource? Do we literally have no steel? If I go to the world map, I think I was planning an away mission nearby to a nearby tile to acquire steel. We've got to do something. Right, so that's for dumping the bodies. Yeah, so they should degrade over time. It's just a slave. The water should wash them away. There's a few little chunks around. Okay, stand by. Let me just have a look. So dogs are inside. Who's that? Cyanide's inside. That's Digi the panda. Sorry, where's Pharaoh the dog? Pharaoh the dog is restricted to the inside. Unrestrict Pharaoh the dog. Okay, leave it inside for the minute. Go to the wildlife tab and then look for... Okay, there's a tiger to the south. That's very dangerous. Need to be careful. Okay, food-wise, how are we doing? We have some panther meat, but... Yeah, so we have some panther meat, but we desperately need more. Okay, how are the crops? Crops are... Oh, yes, of course, with the loss of Pythonicus... We got a bit of corn that's ready for harvest. Okay, we best get in that... Yeah, so priority is to get this harvested in. Right, get that harvested as quickly as we can. Are we restricted to being inside? No, just in the danger 2 zone. Okay, so Eggleb, what are you currently doing? You're making phenocycline. Good man, but yeah, we really do need that corn. Are you any good at doing that? No, skill of 1. Does anyone... I think it's Faultier... animals, medicine, social... No, a skill of 0. It's a hook, isn't it? Okay. But you're down with the cold. Or the flu, even. How bad? Yeah, it's too close. I can't get you up on your feet. Okay. Right. I don't know, Gnurf. It depends what's more entertaining. Thank you, basically, Jesus. Right. There we go. The bodies... There we go. Locked account's body is now a skeleton. No longer appears on the list. Okay. Right, so moods are low. What's Blue Nose Bear doing? You're tending to him with what, sorry? No medicine whatsoever. Oh, he has the flu. Oh, nuts. Ah. The prisoner has the flu. Okay, tend to him again. Use that medicine there. Oh, fuck. The prisoner has the flu. Doesn't the game send in random people if everyone dies? Not always. Sometimes. Okay. Autumn, I don't know what you're on about. So Hook is on his feet. What are you currently doing? You're trying to get food. You're hungry. That's fine. Okay. How are the temperatures inside the base? So it's 19 degrees, so it's fairly cool because it's spring. Okay, no, we're not doing too badly, and we still have refrigeration. Right. Yeah, go get some food. We've got this random shit in the hallway. Okay, Eggleb, you're off to bed in a minute, but before you... Okay, you'll never do hauling. Yeah, trying to reduce the will of the prisoner. Okay. So Hook, I need you to go straight back to bed, please. Yeah. Go rest. Look, change desired, and a pod sprout nearby, which we normally ignore. Hang on. Wonderbart would like to change his look, as it no longer matches what he believes. He will automatically use an available styling station and choose the look. If you want to customize his look, select him and right-click the styling station. I don't believe we have a styling station, do we? Did I build a styling station? I don't think I did. We should consider it. Okay. It's a bit of a silly decision to settle in at the end of the world with little other civilizations near in jungle while being raiders. Well, it's either that, Mambo, or we settle fucking here in the toxic whatever. Besides, in prior playthroughs, I've already done the temperate forests and the deserts and the Arctic. It's been a long time since we've had a jungle base, so mixes it up a little. Words. A roof collapse. Oh yeah, we're rebuilding that. Okay, Faultier, would you please haul this shit out of the corridor because it's tripping up everyone? Oh, that is some steel. We must have traded. Yes, okay, do that quickly then. No spot configured to store it? Interesting. Why are we stacking the steel on these shelves? Weird. They're probably newly built. These ones appear to have some sort of an assignment, do they? No, nothing's ticked. How peculiar. Okay, in which case, put down a dumping stockpile for the steel. Yeah, we were trying to build a bunker here. Right, go to orders, go to... Is it stockpile or dumping stockpile? I think it's both, isn't it? We'll go with a stockpile. Put down a stockpile zone on the outside here, and put storage, low priority for the storage of just steel, please. And then have Faultier the slave. Would you kindly move it about? You two Blue Nose, could you just work together? Get this stuff out of the corridor. Alright. So Hook, you're probably in need of treatment. Yeah, treatment expires in 1 hour. Okay. So Egleb, or whoever's doing it, Blue Nose Bear probably. Yeah, Blue Nose Bear. Please get on that as quickly as you can. Alright. Hi there, Naughty. I hope you're very well. Oh. Right. So carry on as best we can. So as you can see, we've got numerous small bunkers which we're putting up, but really, we lack the manpower. We really, really lack the manpower. We have to get these crops harvested before they rot. I may have no choice but to start trying to harvest them. So Hook, how long will you be down for? Okay, 19%, 18%. Okay, I'm going to risk it for a biscuit. Before your flu gets too bad, Sir Hook, I need you to just go and harvest the corn, and then we'll have some people pull it in, because the food situation is very low. And we need an emergency food source. Okay. How many colonists have died so far, says Dassa. If you click below the live stream, there's a Google Doc showing a roster of all of the colonists. I must admit, it's not updated. I need to update it. But there's a roster of all the colonists in this playthrough. And the other tabs will show you the prior playthroughs, if you're curious. So if you want to know who's who and what they do and what they've done, feel free to have a look at that. Alright. Yes, official vocab guidelines say we should use staff instead of manpower, because manpower is sexist. Yes. Oh, there we go, lovely. Yes, as quickly as you can, so then get back into bed. So I'm just going to... Wait, was that cleaning? What did I just do? Oh, harvest area. Ah, marvellous. Not a bad idea. Yes, we should preach health to Sir Hook. He must get better. Or maybe the prisoner, actually. Preach health to the prisoner. We need this prisoner. They're on 20... Oh, no, hang on. 25% immune. They're already getting over it. Ah. But yeah, no, I hope everyone's well. Yeah, for those passing straight through the stream, working on Valheim bullshittery, 4th week of work, going very well. If you can't wait, there's a draft of the bullshittery up on Patreon or in the Discord group below. For the subscribers, I appreciate your support. Hang on a minute. Wait, was I harvesting the area? I thought it said harvest area. Maybe I was planting. How did it go with editing trainees? Well, so this week loading, I was taking a stab at doing the first few scenes to see how difficult it was. Loading is referring to the fact that I was worried about a particularly strenuous project, because I was taking like 100 hours of footage, and I found from that about 1 hour's worth of funny moments. Since then, I've dialed it down back to 35 minutes on the trim, and then I thought it was going to climb from there, but it didn't. It stayed 35 minutes. So my worry was that, okay, that's a lot for one guy to handle. I can report, however, that thus far, the editing is actually quite easy. So I'm wondering if perhaps it would just be overkill to try and onboard, for the first time, editors to help me on this. Because Untitled Goose Game was 34 minutes, and this one is easier to keyframe than Untitled Goose Game. The auto-tracking is quite capable. So I don't think I need it. It's been 2 days. I should be at least 2 minutes in. I've sailed past the 4th minute. Are those trimmed clips gone forever, or would I consider putting them in a different bullshittery? Well, they're not gone forever. They're still in the VOD. It's just that when I took the VOD into Adobe Premiere and trimmed away, they were slowing everything down. They were not funny. Sorry, you misunderstand. I haven't taken 25 minutes of jokes and binned them. I've taken the existing jokes and trimmed them down on either side to... Yeah, let's go. Move on. Come on. We don't need 3 minutes of a ha-ha-ha laugh track at the end of each joke. Let's go. Let's move on. Okay, straight back in bed. There we go. Yes, beware of projects that start easy. Yeah. No, I take to heart advice that I agree with by an interview by John Cleese a long time ago, talking about the making of Fawlty Towers, where he described a difficulty with working with actors, guest actors that he brought onto the show, because they had this horrible habit of stopping continually. They would read a line and then stop, read another line, then stop. And the reason for that is that they were waiting for the laughter of the audience. John Cleese had to explain that the audience that they're in front of consists of around 200 people in the studio. The audience sitting at home are in the millions. And they are not affected by the contagious nature of laughter in the same way that the people in the studio are. Therefore, you don't stop, break. You just next joke, bam, next joke, bam. Faster, let's go. And in doing so, as he described, you can often get them on a roll. Hang on a minute. Might be my door. Oh, 1 minute, I've got to go. Hang on. That was close. Right. Sorry, my little spider sense went, was that the door? I'm glad I checked it, because the postman knocked very, very quietly. If I had not answered the door, he would have taken this parcel away. And this parcel... It's Lulu's drugs. Hang on. Right. Okay. I have in front of me. I try to open the I hold. What the fuck? I Hulk strengthed it. I try to open the top of the packet and I just literally ripped it off in like a heartbeat. Look. So these are gabapentin nerve painkillers. So they're for Lulu's arthritis. Yeah. So little tablets of gabapentin. Right. There we go. So, let's have a look. Yeah, she's doing her best. This morning, I popped her in the pram and we went to the park and we sat in the shade and we just played fetch for a bit, but it was quite warm. And she'd had enough after a short while, so we went back. Yeah. Okay. pet the belly. I'll leave her belly for the moment, if that's okay, because she's just sleeping. I'll pet the belly when she stirs and looks at me. All right. Did anything come out of the jumping from the pram last week? Avani's referring to last Friday, when Lulu decided randomly to do something she'd never really done before, and she just leapt out of the pram onto the pavement, landing on her face, obviously scaring the shit out of me. She's fine, but she's lost her strapless privileges in the pram. She's firmly strapped in now, much to her, I presume, annoyance. I'm not risking, having her injured again, or smash her teeth out, or whatever. Yeah, normally Philip, she had no straps before, so she could roam around in the pram. No longer. Okay, let's, get this corn in before it rots in the rain. Alright. As quickly as we can, please. Yes, indeed, I have made that joke a few times. Her nose looks a bit squished, but I'm pretty sure it was like that before. Alright. Hi there, Captain Runos. Welcome indeed. Yeah, it's fun. RimWorld is fun. Okay, watermill. Hang on a minute. Can I... I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. There we go. Can I restore the destroyed watermill? Yes, I can. I've got the steel. Yeah, we should get that going so we can recharge the batteries. Get the lights back on. Okay. Thank you, Armon Soul. Thank you very much there, Armon. Much appreciated, Armon. Okay, minor flu. You're getting over it, but you do need to stay in bed. Okay, the kid is not getting over it. Give him the good meds. The prisoner is getting over it quickly. Alright. Cool, at least it stopped raining. Right, Faultier, what you up to? Having a meal. After that, please retrieve more of the corn and bring it in. Yes, Victorious. Although I think it's got, what is it? Ideology, Biotech, Odyssey. Are there any other DLCs or just those three? I don't have Royalty and I don't have the SCP one. Oh, sorry, yes, so there is one mod. It's the one that takes a screenshot every, a day, in-game day. For the sake of a GIF that I can play at the end. Right. Cool. Yeah, turn all that. Turn all of this into anti-malaria drugs. We're gonna need them. How's the colony wealth? Oh dear. So what's that? Wealth in items, wealth in buildings, wealth in creatures. Yeah. It's tricky. It's very tricky. We need more traps. We need to turn more wealth into security. How do I feel about Odyssey? Yeah, fine so far. Some of the additions that I've seen so far are kind of cool. Yeah. Why did I put that trap there? Stick it over here. Where are you going, Egleb? Cutting blocks. Is that really what we need right now? We've got quite a few blocks. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Try to make a few more. Right. No rhyme. I don't think the crab ships fit RimWorld very well. I think it's a bit stupid. Alright. Cool. Faultier the slave, keep bringing in more corn. Right, does anyone need... Yep, so get Sir Hook some meds. Are there any RTS games in production that look interesting? Alas, I'm not that type of YouTuber, Deathfall. Let's wait until they're out and see how they did. Ah, Edberg has given birth. Congratulations, Edberg. To another boomalope. Good. Okay. We might need to put the boomalopes outside for the sake of roughage. Okay. Right, we need the lights on in here. Blue Nose Bear, what do you currently... Okay, we need some wood. It's going to be tricky to... Well, how much wood do we have sitting around? Actually, we have enough wood sitting around. It's a bit of a trek, though. Blue-nosed bear, how... Well, yeah, you've gone to bed already. Okay, Eggleb, do you think... No, you won't... Damn it. You won't do manual labour. Wonderbart is resting with the flu. I just need to micromanage this these treatments. He needs tending now. Okay, we'll tend in the morning. So when you wake up, please go tend to him. All right. Thank you, Farinir. Hi there, Farinir. Thank you, thank you. How do you join this fun activity known as human supremacy? Well, you need to learn to hate those who are slightly different. I suppose that's not really true, is it? You need to learn to hate those who aren't human. And then draw the line somewhere. Thank you, Nameless. Alright. See, sorry, I was actually thinking about this the other day. The thing that I really enjoyed about Divinity 2 and Baldur's Gate 3 was how resistant the world was to rejecting it. I liked that. I liked being able to, like, stick your finger up at the world and be like, fuck you. It gave you this wonderful sense of freedom to both interact with the world and also reject it when you didn't like it. In more ways that, in some other RPGs that I've played, you must do this quest. And you're like, I don't want to do the quest. And they're like, tough? You have to. But I really enjoyed the way that Baldur's Gate just let you stick your middle finger up at many instances and just go, no, fuck off. You're a creepy tentacle monster. I don't like you. And then the creepy tentacle monster goes, well, fine, I'll just force you. As in, you know, I'll take away the manipulation to show you how things really are. And you're like, fine. At least glad you're being honest now. Yeah, I enjoyed the Divinity and the Baldur's Gate sessions. Hello? Mad Boomalopes. Some sort of psychic wave has swept over the landscape. Your colonists are okay, but it seems to have driven many Boomalopes in the area. Okay, to being insane, sorry. 3 of them. Are they all outside? Let's have a look. Yes, only 3 of them, and they are all outside. Let me just double check my own Boomalopes. Yes, okay, we're okay. Let me check my people. Indoors. Okay, everyone is indoors or very close to being indoors. Nuts. The many traps outside probably means we might have a bit of a fire hazard. It could be a big problem. If they were just like rhinos or whatever and they just got their legs trapped in something, it wouldn't really matter as much. But if they explode and cause a fire that could spread close to the base, that could be very bad. Do you think we can remove the traps in time? No, they're too close. Way too close. Tricky. Okay, so we're gonna have to pull everyone inside and then try to react accordingly to any fires that start. Do we have a fire foam popper? I thought I did. We do. Okay, so in a desperate emergency, we do have a fire foam popper. All right. Hi there, Jurassic. Welcome indeed. I've not seen any trailers for The Forest 3, and I don't intend to see them. All right. Have I ever tried Project Zomboid? Yes, multiple times. Kiban. Okay, so seal that door. Seal that door. That's already sealed. Seal that door. Okay, sweet. Yeah, all the corn. Well, it should stay there. Obviously, it's decomposing. We'll have to get it and bring it in, but... Have I seen the teaser for the next Divinity game? No, I have not. Right. Okay, so let me just have a look at the expanded allowed areas. So inside the base, because danger. Inside the base, normal. Yes. Just in case, I'm just gonna. I don't think they're gonna attempt to repair things outside the walls. Yeah, fuck. Inside the base. What have I done? Inside the base. There we go. Okay. I think we're okay. Right, go to assign, and go to, not assign, go to schedule, and go to inside the base. There is it, inside the base. Everyone in, please. Let's go, come on in. Make sure everyone's nice and safe, so Hook, no wandering out. Just stay in bed. Right, everyone is in. Okay, very good. Seal these doors. Damn it, the outer door was not sealed. I forget. Sorry, I think I need to start redoing that rule, folks. Please don't ask me what do I think of this, that, or the other, or will I play this game, that, or the other. You get stuck in this weird loop of yes, no, very shit. Oh, nuts. Shit. Okay, that's a problem. Okay, that fire's gonna spread. If it did spread, is that a problem? Sorry, what's this made out of? So that's not flammable, but that is. That's a fire break. Okay, we just have to watch that situation very, very carefully. Okay, I'm hoping that the rain should be triggered before it gets to the crops, but the question is, will it spread here to the side of the base? Nuts. I really hope it doesn't set fire to the fields. The ranch over here. Okay. Okay, just carefully watch that situation. Make sure no one gets silly and runs out to do firefighting. Yeah, what else is going on? So, so working on Valheim bullshittery, it's going very well. The dog behind me is well, as you can see. She's doing her best, but she's quite old. This evening, at around 6 o'clock, I'm going to be going over to join the family for an eclipse party, where I'm going to bring the telescope and a solar filter up there, and we're going to have some pizzas, and watch the eclipse from my mum's garden. It's a day... Ooh, the boomlope set itself on fire. It's, so it's Wednesday, so I need to go and do a workout. I need to stop. I'm doing something very silly. So I keep jogging, because I like jogging, but I'm not letting my ankles heal. I keep sort of, like, pulling or straining or doing something to the tendons in my ankles, and then because I'm always running, I need to mix it. I need to do different muscle groups. Stop being silly. Okay, is that fire? Yep, okay, it's going to spread to the base, so we better quickly put that out. Expand allowed area. Don't let that catch fire. Swimming. Oh, is that another one? Shit. Oh, hello. Okay. They're going to be an issue. So can we actually move? We can move the downed ones. Okay, so they're all downed. So let's quickly get out there, fight the fire. Right, no, don't necessarily fight. Yeah, okay, fight the fire. We need to fight the fire, but let's try to move the ones that are downed. Try to rescue them and put them in the river. So orders, zone. Sorry, what am I looking for? I'm looking for furniture. That's it. So look for a sleeping spot, animal sleeping spot. And can we place them in the river? No, we can't. Ha. Is there somewhere that we can place them where there's no vegetation? There's a marsh. Okay, we put them in the marsh? No, it's too, just in case the fire spreads. Just put them further away. Here and here. Medical. How's the strength regime going? Really poorly, Duck, because I'll keep doing running. All right. Oh yeah, that's a new thing, isn't it? Can't we just literally carry them? Let's try it. No path, of course. So open up a pathway. Right. Rescue, carry. Okay, just try that. Try to carry. Right, carry. Go quickly. Everyone else, please go on to firefighting duties immediately. Fire. Oh, outside the yeah, hang on. So zone, expand, danger 1. Put everyone back on danger 1 zone, please. There we go. Let's go. Sir Hook, go. Wonderbart, stay. Okay, you need more treatment urgently, otherwise you will die. Okay. Faultier, what are you doing? You're sleeping. On your feet, please. Let's get this fire dealt with. Alright. Quickly. Don't let them explode on you. Sir Hook is going for that one. Yeah, try and just dump them in the water. Quickly. Sir Hook, carry it out here. Blue-nosed bear, carry it out here. Right. Hi there, white plume. Yes, time zones being time zones. There we go, drop it. Right. And drop it. Very good. Right, Blue-nosed bear, could you go quickly tend to Wonderbart the child? Okay, good. The rain is taking care of the exterior fire. Crisis over. Alright. So, Blue-nosed bear, the space janitor, please go and give some meds to the former vampire-worshipping child, Wonderbart, who has turned 12 years old. Okay. As for the other guy, the prisoner, good, he's getting over it too. The unnamed prisoner. Right, food-wise, okay, we've got some corn in the storeroom. Yeah, that rain is going to cause that to rot pretty quickly. So, Faultier, after your meal, could you... Let's expand the danger zone. Danger 1 will now include this field. Once you've got your meal, could you get back to hauling the corn inside? Rendering map image. Okay, keep those with the flu in bed. In fact, yeah, there's a little bit of time. Okay, we'll never do hauling. Okay. You're very welcome, White Plum. Welcome indeed, White Plum. Oh, shit. One of the Boomalopes just died. Yeah, time flies, doesn't it? It's been a while. It's been a full 10 and a half years since I went full-time YouTuber, but it's probably been, well, like 14 years? Well, when did the channel even start? I was on it for years before I went full-time, just doing it as a side gig. What's weird to think about is that I've been a YouTuber for longer than I've worked in software development, which is very odd to me. Must admit, it's very unnerving. Oh, sorry, plume. Apologies, sorry, I thought it said plum. Plume. Right. Yeah, maybe newbie, but I keep mentioning this. I don't think YouTuber is a particularly prestigious career, especially to sort of when you're speaking to adults who have jobs. You know. The trouble is you're immediately lumped in with the Jake Pauls and the weirdos and, you know. There we go. Yeah, and the influencers who are selling shit. It's like, ugh. You know you're an adult, right? Yeah, Merville, yeah. That's what's weird, yeah. Suddenly you're at at a dinner party or something. What do you do for a living? Oh, yeah, you're an accountant. Oh, okay. What do you do? I'm neat. Yes. You're a what? Okay, we're very low on power. Why are we so low? Okay, yeah, we need to get this sorted. Blue-nosed bear, could you please... Sorry, yeah, please stop reading. Please get to work on that watermill generator urgently. Otherwise, we're going to lose our refrigeration. Got lots of animals now, thankfully. Okay, so Egleb the medieval lordling is sleeping. Wonderbart the child has the flu and might die from it unless we get it under control quickly. Faultier the slave is currently bringing in corn, but she's okay. Sir Hook the author also has the flu and is okay for now, getting over it. Right, Blue-nosed bear the space janitor is out in the mud by the river. What's this? Sorry. Quest available. A child and wasters. An 11-year-old child called Garash is calling from nearby, being chased by wasters from the Tox outfit. He begs for safety and offers to join you at Hooke's Hold. Fuck, he's being chased by 4 combatants. Oh, shit. A child. Impid. Oh, it's a freak. No, no. No, God, no. It's a genetically engineered mutant, right? What's an impid? Yeah, no. They spit fire? A devil thing? Ew. Nope. Whoop. Didn't hear anything. It's a non-human. Right. Okay. Oh, yeah, we're getting a brown out. Shit. Yeah, we need to get it sorted quickly. Okay, we could always put the... Yeah, if it gets desperate, if we get desperate. So what are you doing? Tending to Sir Hooke. Why? Do you not have the resources? Oh, we probably don't have the resources in range. Okay, it's going to be an issue. Faultier, could you... You're okay for the moment. Could you come out of the danger zone, start delivering wood? Blue Nose Bear, the space janitor, is busy. 10 says, am I the only one who refuses to take in the children? Am I evil? No, not necessarily. You remind me... Consider this. In the original Sims, children were fucking useless. Your Sims would have children, but they didn't really do anything. They would just exist and take your resources. So, of course, inevitably, me and my brothers who would play The Sims would make our families and have kids or whatever. But sooner or later, it got really annoying to have the kids. And you can't just get rid of them. But you can put them in a room, delete the door, and then give them a firework and let the problem deal with itself. There we go. God, very low power. Fuck. Oh, wait, the generator is switched on. We just don't have any wood. Yeah, take all the wood and put it into the watermill generator. Quickly as you can. Right. The original Sims, you were something else. Yeah, the original Sims, yeah. So I had the original Sims and then I had the Sims 2. Do I recommend the Stream Elements add-on for OBS for live streaming? Alas, I don't have that, Death Vault. I could tell you nothing about it. Okay. Right, so Faultier the slave and Blue Nose Bear the janitor are just working together quickly. Faultier's got heat stroke because it's so warm. It's 36 degrees outside. And her slave get-up means that she can only tolerate 22 degrees. She needs like a hat or something. Alright. Can we not make a chem fuel generator? We do have chem fuel. So production, power, chem fuel generator. How much chem fuel does it require? Try swapping it out. Deconstruct that and swap it out. Do they cost the same? Pretty much, just one additional component. Yeah, that might be quicker actually. Quickly deconstruct the chem fuel generator. The wood generator. Try to make a chem fuel generator. Oh, good. The solar's picked up now. The wind has picked up. Sorry, the wind has picked up, giving us a bit of power. Good. Faultier still bringing wood over to the watermill generator. Continue. Right. There we go. Please build a chem fuel generator. Thank you. Please get on that. Micromanage those with the flu. Okay, the kid has almost gotten over the immunity. You need to get on top of that if you're going to survive. Alright. So, for those joining the stream, extremely quick introductions. This is Sir Hooke, the elderly hollow novelist who wrote a series of human-centric supremacist hollow novels that we're following, The Hand of Hooke. Blue-Nosed Bear, the space janitor, Egleb, the medieval lordling, Wonderbart, the former vampire-worshipping child, and Faultier, the beautiful sex slave. We have a prisoner in the form of Mushinto, who we're going to rename, who is a 21-year-old brawler who's also very thin-skinned and delicate. So, oh no. Can dish it out but can't take it. And we're desperately trying to survive, but we're very, very poverty-stricken in the middle of a jungle full of malaria. We've got a large number of animals owing to the amount of roughage that we can feed them, so that's nice, but still. Yes, a beautiful sex slave who's also 62, so... Some people are into wrinkles, it's fine. Right. Yes. Oh yeah, that's a 10. Yeah, there's that thing with Spider-Man's aunt that gets weirdly younger and hotter with each film or something. Sure, by whatever the next film is, it's going to be played by like 20-year-old. Wasn't there like a skin cream advert or something that took a lot of flack because the like an anti-aging cream? Because the actress that they had to play to promote it was like 23. Or something insane. Like you were still a child, essentially. Oh. Alright. Wait. Blue-Nosed Bear... Oh, yeah, sorry. You like to eat raw corn. It's fine. You're weird. Yeah, Sahara Corp, yeah. Okay, Blue-Nosed Bear is going to bed. Wait, before you do, does the child need treating in a minute? Hold on, don't go to bed yet. Okay, quickly go tend to the child, and so does the prisoner. Okay, go deal with the prisoner first, then come to tend to the child. Yes. Also, I know I keep talking about it, but I watched a few more episodes of that Sword Art Online Abridged on YouTube, and it's so fucking funny. I love it. I legit was like full-on belly laughing at many moments. Just like you hear the voice, like he's just slept with a girl that he likes, and his inner monologue, the dude, like the protagonist's inner monologue, is going, "What do we do now? I don't know. Never gotten this far. Just so long as she doesn't fling you any curveballs, you'll be fine." And then she turns to him and goes, "So, what now?" It's like, fuck! Say something! Say anything! We should get married. No! Anything other than that! I panicked, I'm not good under pressure. Hang on. So, no, go tend to the child. And, sorry, legit, I know I keep talking about this, and I don't feel I'm fully equipped to talk about it, because I've not seen the anime Sword Art Online, nor have I seen all of the Sword Art Online Abridged, but I did watch a few odd scenes side by side. I've gone to... So, sorry, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, there's an anime called Sword Art Online, and then someone made a comedic abridged version, and there's lots of kerfuffle, because apparently the abridged version is very, very good. And they're doing this thing with the characters that ends up fixing many of the perceived, the criticisms of those characters. And I watched this one scene, which I thought was really fucking fascinating. There's a character called Asuna, and what she does in this scene is she approaches this guy who, he's a traitor, he's just betrayed someone, and she stabs him repeatedly with her sword, right? This is in Sword Art Online. And he takes damage and he's hurt and he's panicking. And then he says like, no, no more. And he falls to his knees, you see. He's like, please don't hurt me. I surrender. And then, of course, you see like the camera pan into his face and you see him smile, sort of like as though she's got the sword on him, but she's showing him mercy. And suddenly, he springs up, he knocks the sword out of her hand, and she panics and she falls back on her bum. And then he stands up and he's about to stab her to death, you see. He's like taking advantage of her moment of weakness, her moment of mercy, like exploiting her virtue. And then she becomes a damsel, in which case she's about to get stabbed to death. And then the hero runs in and uses his wrist to block the incoming sword blow. So he loses his hand, but saves the girl, and then he kills the dude. And the perceived criticism is that the hero, the lady, the secondary protagonist, is constantly turned into this damsel that suddenly needs saving. And then you look at it in the abridged version, she just fucking murks the dude. Like, she just walks up to him and just fucking murders him. Like, he's a traitor. He's deserved the punishment. But she walks up and just slashes him down, and he's like, please don't kill him. She fucking kills him. And you're like, oh, okay. She's not fucking about in the abridged version. So it's like, it's weird. Like, you can see it, what they're talking about. Like, in the default one, it's almost, she becomes this damsel that needs saving. And in the abridged one, she don't need saving. What the fuck are you on about? She's got it under control. Yeah, it's refreshingly like, yeah, she's, what are you talking about? She doesn't need some dude to rescue her. I think what you're missing in a bridge is that they're literally kids, like the teenagers. I'm pretty sure that's coming across pretty strongly. Alright. No, Nukido, I'm not familiar, sorry. Briefly, I've seen a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Alright. Yeah, they both are, Apostle. Yeah, they're just unhinged sociopaths. Okay, hang on. Faulty is hungry. Yeah, come on in. Good work. I had her working all day. Okay, so it's the 8th day of spring on the 2nd year here in the jungle. Thank you, General Tomat. So we're just trying to get over the flu. Our manpower is already greatly reduced, what with the casualties and the illness. Okay, so Sir Hook is getting over it. The child, Wonderbart, is barely getting over it, but he pretty much needs to stay bedridden for the whole time. Okay. Machinto over here. Oh, damn it, you're a cannibal. Oh, wonderful. Egleb is researching. He's finished researching blowback operations. Craft low-power blowback-operated guns like auto pistols and machine guns. So why will we do... Oh, yes, of course. We were trying to get to turrets urgently. So gun turrets. We need turrets. So Egleb, please research... No. What are you doing? You're tending. You've only got a medical skill of 2. Nope. Please get back on the research. Thank you, Mexican Ewok. Wait, hang on. Why did you do... Of course, because you had no research project. It's fine now. I fixed it. Oh, sorry. Also, randomly, very fucking randomly, yesterday I was curious because... Okay, so I bought this bungalow, and I love the bungalow, but I was quite interested to see... This is not the only property that I was looking at when I was looking at buying a place. And I looked at a bunch of different places. And obviously, you can go to websites like Rightmove and you can see the buying history of the different houses around you according to their public records of like on the whatever it is, whatever records that people have. Anyway, I was curious to know, of the properties that I was looking at before, what happened to them? Because I know the amount of money that was being negotiated, between me, the buyer, and the seller. And obviously the seller tries to ask for a very high price. And some of the properties that I went to go see, the price was just unreasonable. Just like ridiculously unreasonable. And I remember, I went to go and view this property. And picture in your mind, like a dead-end street that ends in a ring. It's a close, so it's like a ring of houses which are trying to maximize the number of houses that you can fit fit at the end of a street, right? Like a cul-de-sac. So imagine a cul-de-sac of houses, and in the far corner of the cul-de-sac, with enough space, right, with enough room for like a generous garage. We're talking like a very sort of tight, narrow, squeezed-in section between the houses of the next street and the edge of the cul-de-sac. Someone had made a house, and it was tiny. Like tiny, tiny, tiny. And I remember I liked the look of it, but obviously it was very small. And I remember the price that they were asking was ridiculous. And I thought, fuck off. That's crazy. There's no way. The floor space is... It's been redone. It's been remodeled. But it is tiny. Anyway, I was curious. Did they get the money for that? And to my surprise, I went to go look at it. And not only was the price greater than what I expected... It was up by another £250,000. And I went, fuck off. There is no way that place is worth it. The amount of money was huge. It was insane. And then I went to Google Street View. And I thought, okay, well, no, wait, that can't be right. That's not the house. That's the house in 2012. And I went, okay, whoops. I'm looking at an old Google Street View image of this tiny bungalow. And then I zoomed out. And as I zoomed out from the street, the 2012 image of that house became a 2024 image. And suddenly the house in front of me transformed into a massive 2-story... ground floor, then first floor, then roof, full-on house. In this tiny little footprint, someone had basically built this full house. The walls are so squished against the fence that there's no, like, God forbid you actually had to, like, paint the outside or whatever. Yeah, someone's rebuilt it. Which is why it's worth that amount of money now. But, like, looking at it, it's comical. Because someone has gone, let's squeeze in as much house as possible into this absurdly small, like, I don't know, like 10 by 15 meter plot of land or something. It was so strange to like look at this someone trying to min-max house versus plot of land. It was weird. It was very weird. And it's so out of place as well, because it's one of those like it's one of those sort of white block-looking buildings. I suppose they're trying to future-proof it for the climate change. Yeah. Are there no building regulations for something like that? There's a shit ton of building regulations. Social is here. I'm sure he can tell you all about them. Hi there, Social. Anyway, it was just so strange to me that someone was trying to maximise the amount of house that they could fit into this tiny plot. And as a result, it was selling for vast amounts of money. Social's like, I don't want to talk about work. Yeah. Social, thank you for the game last night. I had fun. Lovely to have your company, as always. Okay, we need to get this... okay, we're running on a chem fuel powered generator right now, but obviously that does require chem fuel. We need to get the watermill generator going, so we need a bit more steel and components. So when Blue Nose Bear the janitor wakes up, we'll have him deal with it. Make sure he's treating Sir Hook with his flu. Okay. Yeah? Well, Social, obviously we've got the event that I can't talk about this week. I'm going to try to arrange some more culling later. Later in the week. I can't do anything tonight because I've got the eclipse. I'm gonna go see the eclipse. Right, so Sir Hook the author. Yeah, Blue Nose, you're awake. So go get some breakfast, Blue Nose. Then please treat Sir Hook. Then, does he need treatment? He's okay. Well, no, soon. Okay, the child is okay for now. Right, once you've done that, please go work on the watermill generator. Right. So a few more crops. They've almost finished decomposing. We do have quite a bit of food, though, so that's nice. Faultier, the slave. Yes, could you, when you wake up, go get your breakfast and then go and haul some corn? Bit boring, but someone needs to do it. Okay. Many, many wild boar. Carry on. Where's the little stick? There it is. Good. So there's plenty of food for them to, yeah, it's a large pen. And then here, yeah, so the roughage should be regrowing, as, yeah, same with this one. So replenish the roughage so that the animals can be moved around based on where they need to eat. Alright. The place is getting quite filthy because Faultier the slave normally cleans it, but we've got her working the fields. Thank you, Mexican Ewok, and thank you, General Tomat, if you're still there. Alright. Good man, Blue Nose. Good. Components, and then you're done. Karma. It's also kind of weird. Sorry, like my office. It's kind of weird having an office. I'm still having these moments of like, I keep accidentally saying flat. I have to remind myself, no, you don't live in a flat anymore. But it's weird having an office with an office door on it and like office stuff in the office. Because previously I just had one living room with everything in it. So the office consists of a desk, my workstation, all my work-related gubbins. To my left is a cabinet, mostly with ant stuff on it. Behind me, just random knick-knack, and of course this little sausage with her toys. Yes. Yeah, this is my secretary. She's kind of rubbish, to be honest. You think she needs a raise? There we go. Okay, water mill is operational. Generating 1,100 watts. Nice. Okay, let's switch off the emergency generator. Alright. Good. Please take some phenocycline. Sorry, phenocycline. Zycycline. Yeah, keep that malaria at bay. Wait a minute. Is there meant to be a gap? Oh, sorry. These big animals can just walk over it, can they? Thank you, Fabcon. Thank you very much there, Fabcon. Right, Faultier, what are you currently doing? Refueling the campfire. Please don't. Please haul as much corn as you can before it decomposes in the rain. Oh, God. Another monkey has self-tamed itself. It's a male monkey. Is cyanide male or female? Let's have a look. Where's the other monkey? We have a troop of monkeys in here if we're not careful. Shit, the wind turbine just broke down. Monkey, animals, assign. Monkey. It's a male. Okay, 2 male monkeys. Okay. Monkey. Where'd it go? Here it is. It's on its way. Assign it to inside the base zone. Okay. Well, we need another clan. Okay, so Cyanide the monkey is one pet. Who's the other monkey? Who in the ZF clan is a monkey? Quebec, he was guinea pig with a drug problem. Moogle the monkey, that could work. Digi, he's the panda. Oh, there's Badass Monkey. That's true. He popped in again. All right. Yeah. Been a few years, but he popped in to say hi the other day as Badass Monkey. Cool. Oh, no, you're right. Of course. What am I talking about? Hang on. Scorty. There we go. It's his partner. There we go. Of course, they're both male monkeys, but I'm sure they'll make do. Okay, Edberg and Tom are making baby boomalopes. Right, Blue Nose is fixing the power generator. Please do. Please go and... no, never mind that. What's Faultier doing? Hauling that. Egleb, can you... who does cooking? I think Faultier does, doesn't she? Oh, God, we've got so few people. Okay. Yeah, feed the child. Okay, we're gradually getting over the flu. Good. So the prisoner's over the flu now. Okay. Good. Resistance is reduced. Okay, good. So resistance has been reduced. Can we try to convert him now? So we'll let Egleb handle that. All right. Is the watermill a mod? No, it's vanilla. We should also try and get these boomalopes harvested for food. Okay, 1 second. Let me just check the wild animals to look for any predators that could have crept into the area. There's only one tiger, and it's far south. Just stay away from the south. So please make sure that all people are assigned to the Danger 1 zone. Don't go wandering miles south. Right. Okay. So where's Egleb? You're off playing horseshoes. Then we need you working on research, if at all possible, please. Yeah, so Valheim animation, Valheim editing, Eclipse this evening. Also the Perseids meteor shower, which should be quite fun to see. Wherever you are in the world, look skyward this evening, and hopefully you should see a nice meteor shower. Ah, Blue Nose Bear is putting some straw bedding. Hi there, Avid. Avid? Anika? Hi there indeed. When's the eclipse? So the eclipse should start social at exactly 10 minutes past 6 this evening. It should peak, so the maximum eclipsiness, I believe at around 19 minutes past 7, but I might need to double check there. And it finishes roughly around 8 o'clock. In the UK, depending on where you are, I believe the further west you are, the better view you'll have. You'll be closer to the... I've forgotten the name of it. Is it Umbra? Penumbra? Umbra? The actual shadow bit. The further west you are, the closer you'll be to it, because it's out in the Atlantic. So the shadow itself is in the Atlantic Ocean. It won't touch the UK. Is it the Umbra? Am I going crazy? We'll go with the eclipsiness. It's better. Okay, Faultier's doing the cleaning. All well and good, Faultier, but could you quickly... Oh, outside of the Danger 1 zone. Could you please go and haul... No, don't eat it. Haul in the boomalopes for the sake of butchering, because it's free meat. And we don't know when our next meal could, arrive. We need to get this bunker fixed. It's in a horrible position. Alright. So it's currently 30 degrees outside. It's spring turning summer, so it's gradually getting warmer. Oh, shit. We do have... Wait, do we have central heating? Not everywhere, no. Some rooms have central heating. Sorry, central heating? Air conditioning. Wasn't there air conditioning here in the prisoner quarters? I must have fixed it, because I think, the raiders broke into that, didn't they? Fuckers. Okay, we've got to get that restored quickly. Otherwise, things are going to get quite warm in here. Yes, 30 degrees outside in spring. Is this the UK? Yeah. It's very, very worrying, to be honest. We badly, badly need some water. We need some rain. Okay. Thank you, Faultier. Thank you for your work. Cool. Egleb is researching the gun turret, which we really need. Alright. Oh yes, that's gonna be horrible, Panda. Yeah, after all this sunshine, the soil is basically baked into cement, isn't it? But baked solid. So we're gonna have quite a bit of flooding if it rains too quickly. There we go. Putting the lights back on. We've got the power restored with the watermill generator, which means it should remove the darkness debuff that many of us have. Cabin fever, yeah. Kid's upset. Alright. So for those joining the stream, not sure what you're looking at a bunch of human supremacists. However, we've been kicked down repeatedly and our survival is questionable. We've lost 3 people in a raid that went very badly. Then we lost a researcher that we just acquired as part of a reward for a quest. And then 2 additional slaves. So our manpower is very low. We're down to just 3 adults, 1 child and a slave. We have another prisoner that I'm hoping will join us formally. Things are pretty bad, and we have no fresh crops on the way. Okay. Right, Sir Hook, intense pain. Yeah, your mechanoids, whatever they are. Okay, you're nearly over your disease. You're nearly over your flu. The child, though, yeah, they're just beating it steadily, but they're going to need constant medication. Good, the prisoner is over their flu. Alright. Tovek had the last month of winter. You're dreading the summer. Yeah. Okay. At least we've got clean kitchen facilities and a little bit of food. And our rec room isn't too bad. We do need to replace the wood and, yeah, put in proper brick facilities with proper air conditioning. It's all about the steel. We're just so low on steel. We're down to 94 units of steel and we can't easily get more. If we can get a couple of people... Okay, how far away? So, tropical rainforest down there. Tropical rainforest. If I can send a small away team to like an area where we can mine steel. You know? Trouble is, yeah, our miner died as well. Oh, sorry, who was it? It was locked account over here. Yeah, locked account had a burning passion for mining. A dirt mole slave who died. So, shit. Okay, right now we're trying to convince the prisoner to join our ideologian because right now they're a cannibal. Ugh. A supremacist raiding cannibal. Medical emergency, Sir Hook. You should be okay. Nearly immune. You're fine. Wait, what are you doing? Tending? Are you using the medicine? Oh, yes, you are. Sorry. Having a conversation with the 12-year-old boy about pet peeves. Such as living in a jungle, I imagine will be one of them. Right, so Hook is off to go get some food. Delicious and nutritious liquefied corn. Yummy. Oh yeah, over on the windowsill I've got a few plates covered in netting of moneymaker tomatoes that I grew in my garden, and I'm currently trying to dehydrate them. I'm trying to make sun-dried tomatoes. I'm going to be honest with you, they look a bit gross. Not so sure it's working out. They need a few more days to dry fully, but I'm hoping that if I dry them, I can store them long term and mix them with pasta or whatever. Oh, Christ. Torrential rain is pouring in from the sky. It will cause temporary flooding around bodies of water. Okay. We did have a fence here, didn't we? It's gone now. Yeah, it's all burnt. At least we don't have the crops currently, so it shouldn't be too bad. But nevertheless, the river is going to flood. Why didn't I dry them in the oven, Tovek? Seemed a bit unnecessary. The UK right now is scorching. Putting them in the oven seemed hilariously unnecessary. If you would like to see the state of the UK right now, Google image UK 2026 from space. And yeah. It's like a crispy, barren savanna. How hot is it right now? It's not too bad. Let me just check the temperature. How hot is it right now? It's been warmer. It's currently... It's only 26 degrees. What's the humidity? Humidity is only 50%. So it's warm, but it's not scorchingly plus over 30. Humidity like 70% or whatever it was. Stupid. Right. But it's still bloody warm. Okay, Faultier the slave is chopping up some dead boomalopes for the food. Please do. Alright. There we go. Another wild boar's pregnant. Give us, yeah, lots of bacon. Okay, we might need to let these boomalopes out so that they can eat. Yeah, they're being kept in there for the sake of explosions. Yet it seems a bit silly to have all of this made out of wood. Tovik says it looks like an average space photo of Australia. Yeah. Britain is, there's not much rain going on. When was the last time it properly rained? We've had a few like, little sprinkles here and there. Probably been a few months now. Alright. There we go. Yes, Jack Boulder. Rimworld is a lot like Dwarf Fortress. Okay, 40 years off to do some cleaning of the animal filth. I mean, you predominantly handle the cooking and the social interactions. I don't really feel comfortable cooking up much of that food. Leave it for processing. Could you instead haul this food over here? Do we have any animal kibble? I don't see any animal kibble. So make pemmican, lavish meal, make kibble. Oh, apparently we do have kibble, but I don't know where it is. Make a bit more kibble, please. Okay, so Sir Hooke, the author, is milking a boomalope for chem fuel. Good man. Blue-Nosed Bear, the space janitor, is finally working on that exterior bunker, which we're building out of granite. I'm then going to take this bunker and remove it. Yeah, so the bunkers are purely a step out, shoot the gun, retreat behind the traps type situation. Okay. Wonder Bart the child is 12 years old with an extreme flu. 84%. If it reaches 100%, he'll die. But he has an immunity of 88%. So if that reaches 100% first, he'll live. So he's doing okay. Jesus Christ. Oh. Sir Hooke just slaughtered one of the boar. And the prisoner, he's also now immune. Good, people are getting over the flu. How are we doing convincing him to join our ideologion? Where does it say? I don't know. Thank you, Fet Flask. Thank you very much there, Fet. Medical emergency, the child. Hopefully they should be okay. The social tab, is that where it shows? Social tab. Maybe not. Okay, we'll just watch it as it goes. Right. A bar. Oh, there, sorry. I'm with you. Thank you. His certainty in his ideologion. It's dropping. Cool, cool. Right. Get the bricks in as quickly as we can. The roof is already on to protect us. Aha. This is ambrosia bush. We don't have any ambrosia. Sir Hooke, could you please go and harvest that? Oh, it's outside of the danger zone. There we go. Please go and harvest this, Sir Hooke. That fruit is quite delicious and will improve moods in times of crisis, so let's go get some of that. Cool, cool. Yeah, right now we just need to get our defense as maximized as possible, because we don't know when the next attack could come or how strong it will be. Yeah, these traps all need to be moved over here. And then we need to stop letting people move through these areas as they're just going about their business. Alright. Right. Start, yeah, initiate the process. Yeah, deconstruct this ship, please. Then we'll double wall this to make it nice and strong. And also give, yeah, clear lines of fire to shoot all the way down here if we have intruders over here. Okay. Another slaughter there. Another pig. There we go. So Blue-Nosed Bear, the space janitor, is picking up these traps, putting them in place. How's the kid? Getting there steadily. When does the child grow up? Child? Oh, sorry. Where do I see it again? Learning. Yeah. Not sure. Thank you, Evacchio-Diac. Or Evacchio-Kodiak, sorry. Evac-Kodiak? Glad to see the bunker system making a comeback. Yeah! Also, is the goal an all-child army? I hope not. No, the goal is just staying alive at this point. Heat stroke, faulty air. Yeah, she's struggling. Right. So please get that wall on, Blue-Nosed Bear, as quickly as we can, so we don't just get outflanked quickly this way. Alright. There we go. Good man. Nope, don't bother with the animal filth. Just do that. What? We can't... what's going on there? Can't seem to build there for some reason. Danger zone? Is that in the danger? It is. Weird. Okay. So, Sir Hook, what are you doing? You're trying to train Digi the Panda. Okay. The ambrosia fruit is ready. Faultier, once you've finished your current task, could you please bring in the ambrosia fruit? It's very valuable. Thank you, Raziel. Thank you very much there, Raziel. Alright. Yeah, prioritize all of this for harvesting. Thank you. Right. Okay. So Hook has gone to bed. Fair dues. Good. Oh, we got this hay grass. Yes, I made some hay grass just in case, well, for emergencies, but also it's makes for good bedding for the animals. Thank you, Sarland. Thank you very much there, Sarland. Alright. Right. Oh, there we go. No, not yet. Oh, sorry, pardon me. He's nearly over his infection. God, we've got so few people who can barely do anything. Okay. And the base is filthy again. Who's doing the... Okay, you are assigned to cleaning, so I think we just need to leave Faultier alone for a bit until she does it. Right. There we go. Cool. For some reason... Oh, is it because the animals are physically in the way? Maybe that's the reason. Yeah, we need to get this... This is a huge weakness. We need to get this patched up quickly. There we go. Yeah, I think the animals are pathfinding inside and outside. That's the issue. Okay, remove... Don't remove that. Right. Remove that wall. Remove that wall. A flash storm has been localized in this area of the map. And the river is starting to burst its banks. Okay. What's the theme of this one? Right now we're meant to be raiders, Nick Screen, but we're on the poverty line, so we're barely making it anywhere. We did do a raid, but we failed. And the entire raiding team died and took most of my combat core with them. There we go. Get the wall going before the pigs block it. There we go. Yes, so I underestimated a type of a mutant called a pigman. They were much tougher in combat than I anticipated. In the future, we're just going to, yeah, extreme prejudice type deal. So go at them with maximum everything. No, don't do that one. Do this one. Okay. Hi there, Falsier. Yep, she's grabbing some wild boar. Machining. Yeah, hang on. We did find a number of guns, which are currently in well, what was Wonderbart's bedroom. A couple of decent sniper rifles, which is good, and we have some decent swords. Don't think we have any body armor to speak of. All right. There we go. Have I ever thought about installing a combat mod overhaul? Maybe Nix, but I'm a little bit worried about installing mods and then not being able to go back. Hang on. Is it because the animals are blocking that? Stand there to block the animals and see if I can do it again. Right. Oh, I don't know why I can't build there. It's weird. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm cool with the odd mod here and there, especially if I feel that the mod changes or improves something specific that I don't like about it. But it's also, if you'll forgive me, sometimes, not always, but sometimes the mods feel like they feel like somebody else, like creeping in and sort of creeping in and putting their own sort of mark on RimWorld, or any game, really. I'm interested in playing RimWorld as it's presented by its creators, not here's an overhaul that some randos made. You know, I'm not interested in what that guy made. Because then, if you'll forgive me, you enter this problem where the audience is now, they're not playing the same game. Not really. Everyone's talking about Minecraft, this, that, or the other, but no one's really playing the same thing. Hang on. Alright. Cool, so things have calmed down a bit. The child is on his feet again. Cool. And decided to, yeah, learning deprived. You want to learn about things, yep. He's desperate to learn things. When am I going to play Sekiro? Alas, I'm not a fan of Dark Souls games. Right. The same argument can be had with the OG DayZ. Absolutely. Yep. That was a huge divisive issue. A huge divisive issue which massively split the audience quickly. Because suddenly everyone's competing to play very different things, and how can you keep them all happy? Like, from a developer's perspective, you can't. Right. Am I not worried about the boomalope on fire? No, it's just a campfire. That won't spread. Cool, finally. Sir Hook is on his feet. He's getting as much wood as he can. Get that wood stockpiled if at all possible. Do we even have a storage room for the wood? I don't believe so. We'll quickly make one. Or maybe just make one temporarily here. Add wood. Yeah, get wood indoors. Right. Cool, so Sir Hook is chopping down trees. Off to go fishing as well. For recreation. Carry on. Egleb is doing quite well getting to those gun turrets. But we need people. We need people so that we can... Well, we need steel. Steel and people, that's what we need. Alright. When's the next, hang on. Not all the lights are switched on. When's the next, what is it, festival? 12 days until the next Supreme Fair. Okay. Egleb, the medieval lordling, steps into the prisoner's room, Mashinto, and talks to him about cards and beautiful people. Yes, Nick Screen, yes. Valheim. Okay. Me too, sentient. Yeah. I feel that as well received as many of the RimWorld expansions have been, it feels like different games which are just being made with the RimWorld style, rather than being coherent and in line with what feels like RimWorld. So you've got to sort of cherry pick based on what you perceive to be your RimWorld. Alright. Nick Screen, I think it was my patrons that they picked Valheim, right? Am I going crazy? Okay. Yeah, we need to get that bunker fixed. Get all bunkers set up on all four corners. Get the traps in. Alright. Are you getting no, but you're not getting recreation from that. In which case, Sir Hook, that's not as important. So, Sir Hook, where's your fishing? Fishing is priority 2. I see. So you're not chopping trees because they're outside of your range? Yeah. You're now unrestricted. I'm with you. Yeah, please get food, then chop down trees, then get the wood stored inside for the sake of having wood. It's an important fuel. Okay. Not sure, Nick Screen. Ask me in a few weeks when Valheim is on its way to completion. Alright. Before I started the Valheim bullshittery, I did pen a script for a video essay, but I don't know if I fancy doing that yet. And I would also like to take a stab at doing an audiobook thing that I rather like the look of. But again, future pin maybe. There's also a particular short story on the internet that I would love to commission a cartoon to be animated fully, because it disappoints me that it hasn't been. But I'm extremely worried about trying to voice it. I don't think I would dare. I would have to get someone else, because I would immediately put my foot in racism that I don't really want to do. The short story, I cannot even say its name, but it's a fascinating short story, and it bugs me that no YouTuber has done like a formal animation. The short story, and if you're at work, don't Google it because it does have a slur in the title. It is called Bow, and then the N-word. And what it is, it's this wonderful little short story which purports to tell this encounter that this journalist once had. I think he was a journalist, or at least he typed like he was a journalist, with Star Wars Jedi Knight 2. You know, the one with the lightsabers? Whoops. Oh no. Man-hunting pack of what? Cobras. Jesus. Okay. 6 cobras. 7 okay, yeah, we're sealing the doors. Okay, seal the doors. Anyway, this story, so you can go read it. It's up on the internet. It's fascinating. It's not a long story, but so it's Bow and then N-word. So it essentially tells the story about how Sorry, I'm just going to rant. In Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, you have those lightsaber duels, right? And so what happens is that people would play online, and then they duel each other, and then if you're not dueling, you're spectating. So because of that, people would sort of like, say you got like 15 people in a lobby, yeah? 2 people would duel, everyone else would just chat and watch the fight and spectate, and maybe, you know, put wagers on whoever's going to win, like go, whatever. Anyway, so this guy joined a game, and he encountered someone who immediately started yelling slurs at him. Presumably because his character was, you know, he probably picked his skin color that was related to himself personally. I think so, at least. So what was really interesting was that the two of them started having this duel, and there were lots of these sort of role-playing expectations in the Star Wars community at the time, where people would walk towards each other, and they would bow. But you see, there is no emote wheel in Jedi Knight 2. You can't salute, you can't, bow. You have to physically lower your controller in order to bow as a sign of respect. And so he did that. He thought it was silly. The author of the story thought it was silly to be doing that. But then he noticed that everyone was doing that at the start of every duel. So he felt silly for not doing it. So he did. He goes up and he bows. And then the guy that was yelling slurs just slashed him immediately, just attacked him outright, because he's a troll. And what started was this battle, this duel, where they're insulting each other back and forth over text. And because he's following the rules, and the troll is being a troll, it became this accidental battle of good versus evil, light versus dark. And it was this really well narrated story where he's describing how he doesn't want to be a Jedi. He's a full-grown adult with a mortgage. He doesn't give a shit about this. But suddenly he understood. He gets it. One guy following the rules, the other guy being a troll. Yeah, it's this fascinating story of this suddenly high-stakes battle that occurred in one lobby of Jedi Knight. Anyway, I'd love to commission an animation to have it properly drawn and properly narrated one time. Who won? Go read the story. Hang on. Sorry, what am I doing? We need to restrict everyone indoors quickly. What's with all the mad animals? Okay, everyone is now restricted. Get inside. Seal that door. Everyone inside. Is everyone safe? Everyone's safe? Right. Seal that... Faultier, would you do me a quick favour? Could you seal that outer door, please? Just in case someone has a little mental breakdown and goes for a wander. Go here, please. Close that door. Then step inside. Then we lock it. Then lock that. Okay, the doors are locked, but remember, mental breakdowns, people ignore them. So, watch out. There we go. Have I seen boat murder? I started watching a video by Frederick Newton, but I never got around to finishing it. Oh, an eclipse! How, how topical. Okay. They can get out on the right side? No, they can't, can they? I think we're okay, right? No door? What have you seen that I haven't? No, everything's fine. The freezer. Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine. Right. Right, here they come. Oh, only 4 of them? Only 4 of them? It's not too... Could have probably just shot them with the guns. Hang on, go to wildlife. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 of them. The other ones are further behind, are they? Why is it over here? Animals. Oh, maybe it's not Scaria infected? My bad. Sorry, it's a rat. Whoop. Oh, he's got an old gunshot. Right. Stay the fuck away from the snakes. Stay the fuck away from the snakes. Sorry, it reminds me. About a year ago, like half a year ago, I was reading some. You know how you encounter like an online article and it's obvious it's been written by an AI. It was an online article that was reacting. It was reacting with shock at what was it? It was in Indonesia. There was a situation where someone was attacked by a python in Indonesia. This was like 6 months ago. And I remember, like, weirdly, for some bizarre reason, it had a list of, like, ways to protect yourselves against python attacks. And I read it because that's an incredibly specific thing. And I thought, you know what, this advice could be useful. And one of the things it listed was, don't live where they live. I was like, oh, thanks, Google AI, or whatever. Article written AI? A fair point. Right. Yes, avoid Australia. Okay, well the eclipse won't affect us much because we don't have solar power. We're still running from watermill and wind, so we should be okay. Right. No, I don't think you do, Nick Screen. I think you've got a bunch of venomous species. Right. Good. Okay, at least everyone's healthy. Oh, damn it. The cobras are triggering the traps, and the traps are difficult to manufacture, at least currently. Okay, good. So the child is okay. The food stocks are looking pretty good, which is nice. We've got quite a bit of leather and cloth. We should try and turn that into clothing. But we really need defense. That needs to be top priority. We need to get these turrets operational. Once we have the prisoner joining us, perhaps we should... Well, who can mine? That's the next pickle. Can anyone mine at all? I mean, maybe Egleb? What's your mining skill? 2? No, maybe not. What's your mining skill? 0. Ah, fuck. Nick says he saw a thing on Instagram about a hunter wasp taking a huntsman spider away to eat it. Yeah, they do that, don't they? They paralyze spiders and feed them to their young or something like that. It's creepy. Creepy. Not a fan of spiders. Not a fan of spiders. And yet, I decided to move into a bungalow which has a set of underfloor heating, which means every time I get a wolf spider in the winter, it comes into the house and it's like, ooh, underfloor heating, and then it's super duper energized. I tried to capture one in a glass because I don't want to kill them because I'm not a cunt. I tried to capture one in a glass and it just went la and just sort of ran away. I'm pretty sure it made that noise, but of course it was hyper energized because it was all warm on the underfloor heating. I was like, you little bastard. I don't think snakes make that noise. Do you remember the film Anaconda where they had the snake scream? Or was it the shark in Jaws? I can't remember. There was a fucking horror film where they had like the main animal make screeching noises when it doesn't do that. Was it Anaconda or was it something else? Okay. Nice. Okay. Get the food in the fridge. Maybe. Hang on a minute. Make kibble. Butcher creatures. That's the cooking table. Lavish meals. Pemmican. We could make pemmican. What does pemmican require? Meat and vegetables. The job is not suspended. Why are we not making that? I don't know. Oh, sorry. There's no power to the table. Please enable power to the table. And maybe suspend the pemmican job. Can we make survival meals? Oh, look. Baby food. I see. We don't have the tech to make the survival meals. Okay. Very good. Yes, please preserve some pemmican. Make a little bit of pemmican so we can store it for long journeys. Alright. Whose birthday is next for my family? I'm not sure, to be honest. I have to check my calendar. Right. Oh, shit. Another one just got killed. So Egleb, the feudal shaman, the feudal lordling is speaking to Mashinto, the prisoner, trying to convince him. There we go. So we're eroding his certainty in cannibalism. By saying, ew, icky, bro. It's like, yes, it is icky, actually. Zyth says, in my country we have 2 spiders. One can kill you and likes to live in the corners of your house, and the other one likes to eat the other spider. It's like that webcomic. It's like, what is it, like two insects are talking to God, and it's like, God says, what would you like? And the first insect says, like, legs. The other one says, legs. And they get legs. And they become wood lice. And they say, what do you want now? More legs. The other one says, more legs. And then they become like a millipede. They're both millipedes or whatever. And then the next one says, even more legs. And then they become like a huge millipede. And the other one goes, fangs. And then they turn into like, is it a centipede? Well, you know, what's the predatory version that has the fangs? And from that point onwards, it gets to hunt the other one. Like shit. We're locked in by snakes right now. How many of them? 3. Okay. Oh yeah, can you use convert? I suppose we can. Yeah, just try that. Try to convert the other dude. There we go. I didn't think that we could use it on a prisoner. Possibly, Lord. Hang on. I wasn't even aware that Helldiver had an update. Ah, good. 3.8% certainty in his religion. Okay. Good, good. Carry on. Right. Jaco says you had a black widow chilling in your toy box when you were little. Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, just leave them for a minute. Trouble is, they're not tough enough to defeat any sort of raid if one came at us. But I don't want to risk injury because my guys are so pissed with their, well, combat abilities. Is that a fire? Hear a fire. I do hear a fire. Oh shit. It's a big fire. Not recently, Jurassic. Alright. Cool. Thank you, Faultier the Slave. She's turning corn and panther meat into pemmican, which we're putting into storage here. Doesn't necessarily need to be refrigerated, but we may as well. Okay, so Sir Hooke, the elderly author, is sleeping. Blue-Nosed Bear is off cleaning. He's a builder, but he can't really do anything right now. Egleb, the medieval lordling, is researching the gun turret. Wonderbart, the child, is sleeping in his bedroom full of swords and guns. The temperature outside is 31 degrees Celsius. We're going to need to put in some proper air conditioning. We have a lot of wild boar now. We have 36 wild boar, which is pretty damn good. They're currently eating just roughage, which is easy to supply. And of course, it's plenty of meat and leather, which we'll definitely take advantage of if they survive. But if they all die, it's not a huge issue because they're not tamed. Well, they are tamed, but you know they're not like it's not that difficult to rebuild animal stocks in the jungle. Ah, here comes the rain. Indeed, Phoenix. It looks like Prison Architect, but it's not. It's better, in my opinion. It's more like Dwarf Fortress. Wonderbart is getting a delicious meal of what is that? That's pork and corn. Tasty. Ravenously hungry with cabin fever. In which case, since you have cabin fever, I'm going to force you to go outside and touch grass. Literally wander over here and touch this grass. The cabin fever debuff will go away. You've spent so long indoors, I feel like the roof is pressing in. There we go. Oh, no, maybe not. Also, I decided to give the child grenades. What could possibly go wrong? Yes, Phoenix, yes. Prison Architect is okay, but it's not RimWorld insofar as quality. There we go. Come back inside. This game is not about... Well, it is about managing your colony, but it's not really about moving big crowds of people around and sort of a liquid dynamics, I guess, of crowd control. This one is much more about individual stories. People have their own little backstories, their own little abilities, and they exist in small groups, getting along or not getting along, being attacked repeatedly by other groups, and having to deal with random events. Yeah. Such as, all the rats in the entire zone have just gone mad. Thank you, Randy. Some sort of psychic wave has swept over the landscape. Your colonists are okay, but it seems many of the rats in the area have been driven insane. Go to the wildlife tab and Jesus Christ, that's a lot of rats. Okay. Well, let's lock the fucking doors. So if you thought the cobras at you was bad, get ready for the squeaks of the rats. Lock the doors, stay inside. So long as they do not see a human, they shouldn't attack the doors. They can smell us, but they don't know where we are. Cobras eat the rats? Well, it's all Scaria, so they attack humanoids. I don't think they attack each other. I think. I don't think they'll also attack the animals, but they probably won't fare well against the wild boar anyway. We're struggling to maintain our power grid. Too many lights, maybe. Or too few. Yeah, we need more of these. Alright. So, Hook, what are you currently doing? You're cooking, but you have limited skill. Could you not, please? Could you instead? Let's assign that job only to Faultier, the slave. And could you instead stand down and go do research? That's fine. Research is fine. Everybody might be a little bit bored until the animals go away. We do have a small courtyard, but obviously it's not ideal. We can't do a huge amount of it with it. Here come the rats. Alright. A 5-year-old rat? That seems highly unlikely. A 6-year-old rat? Jesus. Be nice if that were true. I probably would have had rats, but again, I keep reading stories that they're too short-lived. Seems like such a shame. I did once, as a kid, we had a family hamster, and I've told the story a billion times, but we had a small hamster called Chip, and Chip was fine and had its own little cage, and we would feed it and we would play with it and put it in its ball. And I remember growing up getting really upset because I thought about that hamster more and more, and I realised that it never had a friend. You know, we never gave it a friend. It must have had a horribly lonely life sitting in a cage. And it was only until very recently that I did some background reading concerning that species of hamster to discover that, no, it was a solitary hamster. It's fine. It was perfectly happy. The species hates company. They love living solo. So it was fine. The hamster was fine. Had a grand old life. Right. Also, when that hamster passed away, we put it in this cardboard box and we buried it at the end of the garden. But at the end of the garden, there was always this structure that was kind of strange. I lived in the house where I grew up in. We had this corner plot on like a cul-de-sac, right? So as I was saying, so imagine a bunch of houses around a cul-de-sac, but because of the like slice of the pie type setup, the garden was quite long. It stretched out quite far and it was quite long. And at the bottom of the garden was a tree, or like one of the corners of the garden was a tree. And around the base of the tree there was this stone rectangle that looked awfully like a grave. And so I think we were always a little reluctant to dig there. We never really did anything with it. It was under a tree, so the flowers never really grew there. And there was no marker of any kind. So I don't know what that was, but we always kind of ignored it. But yes, it did look concerningly like it could have been like a grave for something. Yes, Mark, this evening. I look forward to it. Okay. Nick says you lived in a cul-de-sac years ago. There was a duck pond behind it. Oh. You also stabbed the shit out of your foot, accidentally stepping on broken glass. Oh no. That took a turn. Okay. Also, Mark, it's not a total eclipse. It's only a partial in the UK. Sadly. Wait, Wanda Bart is feeling upset. What's the problem? You're having a lesson. I see the reason. Sitting in darkness as well, because it's dark in your bedroom. Okay. So looking at the time, folks, I need to wrap up any minute now because I've got lots of editing to do. Not a huge amount has happened on this stream. We're just trying to stay alive as best we can. We've been under siege by mad animals. Our own animals are growing quite well, which means food stocks are not bad. We've got quite a bit of pork. Okay. We've gotten over our flu now, which is nice. Wait, does, oh, good. Gun turrets. So, produces simple, automated gun turrets. Okay. So, security, the gun turret, the mini turret. It takes 100 steel apiece. That is our next priority. We're going to get, like 3 or 4 of these all over the place. Probably best to put them next to the river to start with, because I guess the odds of getting attacked from this side are greater than this side. Not impossible, mind you, but yeah. We'll put a bunch of turrets here. Yeah, so that's the goal. Get the turrets in play. Get emergency batteries available. Just a question of getting the steel. We need the steel. Alright. Okay, so I'll leave it there this morning, folks. But thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Right, I won't be here this evening, I'm afraid. I won't be here this evening because this dog and me, we're going off to see the family for the eclipse. And I'm going to take the telescope with the solar filter. And we're going to have a look at the eclipse and have some pizzas. Look at it. You comfortable, sweetie? Right. Well, thank you again, everyone. And thank you for subbing the Fat Norwegian and Sarland and Raziel. Right. Let me have a look and see if any of my clan mates are doing anything fun. Let's have a look. So, Edberg is doing Days Gone. Sam is doing Security 51. And Alistair is doing that Weeb Dark Souls game. I'll leave you with Sam then. So, Sam is doing... I don't know what this is. I'll let him explain... What the hell are you doing, Lulu? I'll let Sam explain what this is, but I've got to go work on animating Valheim bullshittery, and I'll be busy with that until around, say, 5:45, at which point I'm going to go over and see my mum. Right. Thank you, all of you. Have a lovely afternoon. Take care. See you all, I guess, tomorrow morning. So thank you, everyone.